I got a chance to listen to a very crucial part of our user base, our listener base, going on to some very deep demographics. This is my 20-year-old niece, and she says we need more Taylor Swift because that's what the kids care about these days. And she pulled this story out particularly, so we're doing it early before we get a chance to get to Monday and pick it. It'll probably still be a story for the actual things you might have heard because this is big deals. But I joke about Taylor being in there and you guys wanting to hear about her because you talk about her a lot, especially her and that Travis guy. This is one that people are already jumping onto, and this is one that actually makes a big deal to all of us, Swifties or not, and all of us as fans of business itself. Taylor Swift has actually regained control of her first 6 albums. Now, if you may have followed the actual saga of Miss Swift, you know that her licensing company sold the rights to her music many, many years ago, and she's been slowly but surely buying them back and reissuing what she could to make sure she has the rights and controls of the songs. She owns the rights to her songs because she wrote them all, but the sounds as they are recorded, maybe not. So she remasters them, re-record them. They sound just tiny bit different enough so that she can put out the Taylor version of everything. So her first 6 studio albums were out of her reach for a long time, and they cost a lot of money to get that in those catalogs. Guess what? She did a tour like the last couple of years, a kind of a big deal tour that kind of made a lot of money, went overseas and in the States and South America and stuff like that. So based off of that, she's acquired all 6 of her original albums, including her 2006 self-titled debut album and all the way to 2017's Reputation, along with associated materials such as music videos, concert films, artwork, and unreleased tracks. So what does this mean? This milestone is a big deal. When Scooter Braun acquired Big Machine Records and sold everything off in 2019, it became kind of painful for Taylor, who had all this clout in the business, but literally not the power to stop this sale. The former label, had the masters, and Braun could do that because he's a jerk. Swift criticized the sale, citing lack of transparency and alleged the past mistreatment by Braun in general. The re-release and re-recording of things with Taylor's version on it was a way to get back to him and get back the rights, if you would, to that. Just like Disney is redoing all of their animated features as live action films that may or may not be very good because they still can own that IP of the name and rights of the stories. That's what happened here. Guess what? If you're looking for Taylor Swift, the self-titled debut album in a Taylor's version, you may have to wait a bit because there's no reason to record it right now because we've got all the masters are now back into her hands. That means she can reissue, reorder, redo all the old stuff without having to worry about anybody complaining, even if it is her own music. Now, you're seeing the big sort of routine now for a lot of folks who are making a lot of money, especially folks who are on the older age of performing and don't have the legs or the voice to do it anymore, or some folks that are more younger one-hit wonders who don't really pull numbers to go to festivals or concerts anymore, selling off their catalog for big money so they have that cash grab right now, and they can perform what they want to based off of literally the rights that they're paying to somebody else to hold them. Justin Bieber was a recent guy who just sold the rights to his music, although he's still making money going back and forth, but he's not doing as big as much work as he was when he was a kid. And since he's not going to make those kiddie songs anymore, he can make money off of them right now. With all the rights to all the songs owned by one person, Taylor Swift, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal, so you can see how she's going to progress with what's going on. And like I said, if you're looking for a Taylor's version of those first 6 albums, no real reason to look for them very time soon because she doesn't have to re-record them. She owns them outright. She can just re-release them as they are and say Taylor's version, haha, same old stuff, and go from that one. Now, why does this mean something for us as people and not just us as Swifties? Well, intellectual property, your rights to your face, your voice, your likeness, the things that people are fighting for in sports these days, the college level, get a chance to get money in that one, is a big deal. If you create something and someone makes money off of that thing that you created without their help, they owe you a couple pennies. They owe you something. It's like that. And with someone like Taylor Swift, who grew into this business, starting off as the not so awkward teen, but as a small country star to break into the business to turn herself into one of the largest pop stars in the world, if not for an ever category. It's basically her, Beyonce, and maybe Katy Perry on a good day. We're going to see how this thing plays out for her in general, just in life, in love, and in more records, because more are coming. She can record more stuff. Now she can focus more on recording more new stuff and having more new material because her old material is now safe. And if you're a person who's a creator, I'm here creating here right now. I also write books. I wrote some lyrics and tried some music. I'm not very good at it, so none of that stuff will be out there. If someone is going to sing that stuff, They owe me some pennies, but trust me, it's not very good. If you're doing a creative work of your own volition, something you create out there, and someone steals it, and there is proof that you created it, they owe you something. Taylor Swift created all her stuff on her own with some producers back and forth, and yes, Scooter Braun was part of the deal, but he used his influence to basically sell out Taylor Swift because he could show he could. Taylor Swift has now outmaneuvered Scooter Braun and the guys involved in that sale. Congratulations on the Taylor Swift. And for you guys who actually want more Taylor Swift, guess what? You're welcome.